pay for the content. No matter what the price is, once you find somebody and you like it, pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I love re-looking at pictures. I actually look over the pictures, especially when Ken gets me upset. I would look over the pictures and I would be like, oh my God, I did that. This is what I promised him. And I,
Till death do us part.
yeah.
Like, what price would you put on your forever memories? You know, you're really not going to put a price on that.
Who put seconds in charge of the sound effects?
All right.
Why is Nesta crying? What is
Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Office Podcast. And I'm here with some distinguished colleagues. And let me introduce them real quick. Let's get straight into it. Next to me, I have my good friend, my brother from another mother, Second Star, aka Nesta Boxer. And of course, I have Tajh Baltazar. You know, that was the guy who was just, doing a little adjustments there. He have himself there looking like a sweet man. Yeah, zoom in there. Zoom into that sweet man. Watch him. Watch she blush. So also, I have my girl, Naomi, in the building.
Hi.
Naomi, what up?
Nine cutie pie.
All right, cool. Tajh, boy, I feel like I give Naya a little action camera or something so you can get a nice face there, you know? Thanks, boy.
Oh, yeah, because I'm up in the back here.
Yeah, but Tajh, you go set it up while the podcast going on. Don't worry, it's the office. Everything going on in the office. I also have my wife, Sinead Ellis. Hi.
Hi,
Sambury.
Sinead.
Sorry. Sinead Sambury. Way pressure, boy.
Hey.
I got custom, boy. Way.
The man nearly gives
And
himself a
you do the hi,
separation.
Sinead, over. Hi, Sinead.
That's gonna be a conversation after the office close.
To the office close, I was like, Ken. All right. But quickly, we have a foreigner in our midst. We have Brush One, the road marshal.
I mean, I don't know if I'm up for something over there.
Yeah, he wants to get the song effect, man. As the road marshal, we had to get the horn out there, boy. Yeah, understand?
Massive and crew, we outside for a good time.
Yeah,
We are
man.
here.
The man called him a
Live.
foreigner, but I do not agree with that foreigner title.
Right, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Who? Who's the foreigner?
Yeah. The man done have like about 4 times he come in here. You know, people personal. He's the Dan.
Just walk in people's house and go in the fridge.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I appreciate, and that's important.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, Brush One is the guy you call when you want your dance. Turn up.
No, he's one of the top MCs in the entire Caribbean, in my opinion, and that's not to gas him up. The fact is, he takes his job very seriously, and with him, entertainment comes first. Now is a discussion that we actually were having yesterday, where we find a lot of MCs in the Caribbean, they don't take it upon themselves to ensure that the crowd is entertained. Your job is to shift the mood of the crowd. A lot of MCs, they stand and they hope that the crowd shift just by music playing. No, your job as an MC is to show the people the energy that they can have.
Agreed. Give us someone so that.
And he's one of the men that does that the best in
Love
the
that,
entire
love that.
Caribbean.
Yeah, my bro. So big up yourself.
Big up yourself.
Mark the face, yeah?
yeah.
Brush One. Let's go.
So today we have some simple topics. First of all, we're just gonna pick up from where we left off. Of course, we shooting our wedding coming up, and we had a wedding, and Nesta actually walked in that wedding. So you'll talk about how you felt. Yes.
Walking our wedding.
Yeah, you walk in your wedding. That's
You
what I
crash your
said.
wedding?
I didn't know I was at wedding crasher.
Well, we'll talk about that. Then one of my favorite artists, Kartel, he had the baddest haircut out. We're gonna talk about that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about team building, because we all, trying to build a little team. So a little later, we're trying to do a little thing, and we'll talk about that, about a little bit of the struggles, a little bit, some tips and tricks that we learn along the way. Yeah, man. So enough things to cover. So let's get straight into it. So, all right. So last time we were talking about preparing. And we actually had a little meeting with the client. It's a young lady. Her name is Brittany Kodogan. A friend that we know about 15 years.
Big up hot girl Brittany boy.
Yeah, boy. So all of us is aligned together.
Brittany is
And
a
she's
winner.
getting married. So how does it feel, Nesta? You know these hot girls, and then boom, you see them get married. How you feel?
No, well, to me, at the end of the day, it's always a privilege to see a lot of my friends progress in life to the point where like you know them as youths and then after they become women. And even my brethren and them, but we're talking about Britney in particular here. I know Britney from since back in the days. She was always one of the most desired young ladies. She never was easy to access. And to see that a man has actually won the prize, you know, because Britney for sure is a prize. Trust me, I tell you. Yeah, to see a man has actually won the prize. I hope you don't drop the baton in the relay. You understand? I hope you don't play stumbling when it's time to cross that finish line.
Nah, he looked like a good one. He looked like a good one.
Yeah. Don't pull no hamstring, brother. You're winning. Right now you're winning. You're winning. Trust me, I'm telling you.
Nah, I love it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Why you watching me like that boy rush, right?
That was so random.
Yes, boy. Don't pull no hamstring there when they run any other way, brother.
So here it is. So quick question, Nesta. So, you know, of course, Sinead and I, we got married very recently.
Right.
So I want to know how it felt being there, being present, knowing me from 19 or long before I even know Sinead, dream of Sinead. How did it feel being there?
No, to me, Sinead was the perfect peg to whatever you call it, hole or whatever you call it.
Boy.
Sinead is hole. You was the perfect peg. Some gosh, but anyway, the point is, you guys are a match made in absolute love heaven. That is not me saying that. Like, you guys are both big dreamers, big achievers, and Sinead actually brings you down to the ground. So I think that she is doing the job that many of us cannot do. And I would say you guys have the world as a unit to conquer.
Sounds so professional.
No, that's the truth.
That was supposed to be said at the wedding.
Are we going to splice it in the wedding video?
Yeah, we put it in the wedding video.
Maybe like 6 months later. All right, so what was really interesting about the wedding is that, of course, as myself, you know, being somebody who trying to create content and do different things, right after we got married, Sinead and I, we did a little video and we talked about that last time now. But in our midst, we have somebody else who creates content, sometimes by themselves and sometimes with their partners. So I wanted to ask Brush, how does that feel, boy? How does that feel creating content, sometimes on your own, but sometimes with your partner, and, you know, you switch it up. I saw you doing your thing, you know, YouTube. Tell me about that.
Creating with your partner is its own unique experience.
Felt.
Because remember now you have 2 minds, 2 hearts, 2 interests. So it's balancing that dynamic to make sure what I want to see come alive meshes with what she wants to see come alive. Right? For me, it's a lot of technical stuff. It's the color grade, you know, it's the angles, it's the lighting and all of that. For her, it's, are we actually showing people something that they've never seen before? Are we actually sharing our experience with the audience? So it's fun. But when I'm by myself now, me can just go crazy and try every lot, every angle, every edit. Yeah, me just go crazy when I'm making content by myself. But I will admit the content that is made when it's me and her, that one, people tend to like that one more.
I think it's because she captures the emotions much better than you. And she is a professional content creator, but she's also a professional consumer. And she knows what makes her feel, and she could translate that towards the people now, boy. So yeah.
Yeah, no, feel it. And talking about that, let's go to the Caribbean creative in the back. So
Hi.
hey, Naomi, what's up?
Naomi, you here to look for us, Bona? Naomi, you come in with your nice watermelon earrings, your hairdo, and then after you come and you say, hi, come on.
Oh, that's me. That's how I naturally am. Ken can tell you that. I dress down every day.
I know straight up, every time you see Naomi, he's like, but Naomi, come on to that next fresh get.
Yeah.
I find that was real seductive. I almost put my number in your phone and take. I'm fine, you know? All right.
No problem. So last time we were on, Naomi shared that she's actually planning a wedding.
Yes.
So that's looking at that from a whole different perspective. And she was talking about, you know, putting things together and how passionately she feels now. So Now, tell me more from like the content side. So you told us from like the decor and you putting it together, but how you feel, as a creator yourself, creating things that now going to be filmed and photographed for a lifetime.
I think content for when it comes to a wedding and executing a wedding is extremely important. Like I tend to tell my brides and grooms all the time, pay for the content. No matter what the price is, once you find somebody and you like it, pay for it. Because these are the things that you're going to have to look back on when you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on the wedding. And these are the things that you're going to have to show. So it's as simple as I did not attend Sinead and Ken's wedding, but I had a beautiful experience of experiencing their wedding through the content that they had. So I could have been able to see the emotions. I could have been able to see how they feel. I could have been able to experience it with them and build a different connection with them through that. So I would say to any bride and groom, definitely spend your money, pay for the content, and then have your wedding planner and decorator create those environments and those spaces that looks good on camera. So be very mindful now, I would say, of having like a backdrop in the wedding that you have available for pictures, things like that. So we have to be, as planners and creators in this space, a little more mindful of how it's going to look on camera when things are set up. Right? So as I say, pay for it, spend the money, and you could pull it from somewhere else in the budget. Don't get them no gifts. You don't need that. Right?
Don't pull from the DJ budget.
Don't pull from, you need the vibes and you need the pictures. So pull it from, don't get them no tokens. Don't get them no trinket to put on my shelf. Better you pay for your content.
I feel you 100%. So on that note, Sinead, this young lady said, she lived vicariously through the videos and the pictures. But how did you feel as a 2025 bride, reliving things that some of it you created, some of it we created? How you felt?
Before we go into that point, I just want to get persons aware. When you think about your content and that budget, this carve out at least 25% of your budget because it is a hefty amount. And I think a lot of people the expectation is, cameraman is X amount of dollars. It's not like anything too expensive, but to get your right content, it's going to be a hefty bill. So just be prepared for that. So that's one thing. Two, I feel like I love re-looking in pictures. I actually look over the pictures, especially when Ken gets me upset. I will look over the pictures and I'll be like, oh my God, I did that. This is what I promised him. And
Till death do us part.
Yeah. I'll be like, I did this. Especially as I also planned my wedding with Ken. So I'm like, shit, I did this. Like, I put this together. It was amazing. So, yeah, I feel like now I don't regret it. I'm happy we went back a second time and took pictures. So it's like amazing. I mean, I love it. And I just look all the time.
No problem. So just something quickly to add to what Sinead said is that, so of course, Sinead and I have been in a relationship for quite some time, hence us getting married, right? And one of the things that I do is provide services, media services. And I was just telling her casually, like, what some of the things cost. And she was shocked. And I'm like, yo, this is my fiance and, well, now wife. And she's like, serious? All that? Because I said, like, the engagement shoot, is X, Y, and Z amount of dollars. And, yeah, we getting it done and so on. And she's like, serious? This thing's so expensive. I say, yeah, but at the end of the day, like, what price would you put on your forever memories? You're really not going to put a price on that.
Who put seconds in charge of the sound effects?
Second star, you need to... No, that white on a separate channel. Anyway, so the point I'm making is, I think, those are times that, it's going to be worth it. Of course, choose your supplier wisely. And I'm real grateful, and I'm going to shout them out by name. People like Jonathan, ProMag, people like Soraya, people like Johanse, people like Alexa, who all worked with us and did a great, great job. Ken Sam team, Define Studios team, ProMag team. Dale Joseph also helped out,
Dale Global.
Global Dale. Hello, we coming to him just now.
Okay.
Sorry.
And there is one person I did not mention, and I want to get his perspective. Because, everybody, we were in front of the camera, but this guy was behind the camera. So Tajh, we hear from everybody else. Tell us how your experience was, because this wasn't the only wedding, Tajh. I mean, we are a vibrant company. Thank the Lord, we get little bookings and things. So this is a few weddings that Tajh would have gone to. So tell me, how do you feel, being responsible for capturing these people's moments, my brother?
Use up your camera. Remember, you have your camera for yourself.
Yeah. So wait. You had to start by showing the girl and them the smile. Show the girl and them the smile. All right.
Okay. So, other than it being very exhilarating,
Get it done.
Want practice, yes?
I ain't gonna lie. Every wedding I go to is always a panic mode for me mentally. Sometimes this is the shit I talk about. So,
right, go ahead. A panic mode for you mentally.
All right. So from the morning I wake up, I normally don't sleep for every wedding I ever went to, especially Ken's own. For the 3 days, I haven't slept properly for that whole thing because I had to be mentally prepared for each moment that we had. And try not to oversleep, because it tends to be a tendency when I do a late night and the next day is very problematic for me to wake up the next day, So, I ain't gonna lie, it was fun. It was fun.
Okay, all right, guys, 1 second. So, when you put a kid in a candy store, we decide to put second star by the songboard. Yo. So a man talking and it's Jeopardy, It's Jeopardy on. Right. But yes, Tajh, you're telling me mentally.
I'm listening attentive.
That's what I'm saying. I'm listening to Tajh.
Yo, this is going to be the best podcast ever made for this whole thing so far. Because you see that segment there? That's a short day one time.
All right.
Why is Nesta crying?
I'm sorry, I just miserable. I'm sorry, I can't help it. The damn taking real long. Get it done.
He's experiencing his feelings. Remember, he's
And
deep.
his feelings. He's going deep.
Yo, fire.
Go ahead, tell me. Go ahead, Tajh, tell us.
Tajh, ladies want to hear your feelings. Don't worry.
Stop it. Second star.
Tajh, focus, Tajh.
I am focusing.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So generally it was fun. I'm trying to speed up this process. Can you see this?
Yeah, it was
see
fun.
That? See that? Right. Okay. For the 3 days, I find it was really stressful on my behalf, but that's actually capturing the event itself and the moments that you and Sinead had. It felt like it was worth it. The non-sleep, the concert, the back pain, all that was worth it. You know what I mean?
I want to press it so bad.
Just resist. Let me go. 60 seconds.
I want to press it so bad.
Control yourself. Are you finished, Tajh?
Yes, I yield my time.
Thank you.
I yield my time.
Okay, so I would like to let everyone know that at our team, we encourage our team members to sleep, and we also encourage them. we also encourage them to take care of their health. However, we do not control what people do, so I just letting anybody know. Our past, present, and future team members, if you're coming by,
Sleep is allowed.
yeah, sleep
is a necessity.
Yeah, that is definitely Tajh's decision, right?
And I just express that.
No, I just making it clear, bro. Like, I'm going to
Everybody know.
remember the short, I'm going to
yeah.
put you up and say, they don't be sleeping, my can. Anyway, but the point I'm making is thank you very much for that contribution, Tajh, and on to the next. You have something to say?
I want.
No,
Go ahead.
I have nothing
Right.
to say.
So, people, look for me good and listen to me. Very,
Zoom in the camera. Zoom in the camera.
right? When you showed Ken, it's not no. Earlier, it was like, oh, yeah, we get little bookings and thing, and we no small over here. It's an official production, and the thing is big. You understand? Don't ramp with the thing. So when you come in, you gotta come correct. Come with your bread, you know what I mean, and come in a professional manner. All right? That is it. It's no little booking and thing. Don't feel like it's no little booking and thing. An official thing I go on over here. Say, Azan, he's trying to be modest. We're not doing that. 2025, the thing large. Good.
We're in 2026, boy.
Same thing. That mean it large. That mean it large from last year.
Love it. Nah, thank you. Because I think, honestly, me personally, now we always used to shoot weddings before, but like me personally getting married, I feel like it really reignited that passion that I had for like being there to capture people on their most important moments. Because you can't play for slips. Thing. Yeah, you can't play for slips, boy.
Bro, that is, boy, it has some people just go out there, cut back on the amount of money they spend and hire a company and then get nothing because the man run out of memory on the card. And
it's pressure. So we're real happy.
You want to kill a man for that.
All right, so I have a quick little question.
Question, girl.
No, you know, I like the little controversy. So, Nesta.
Don't ask me for controversy. Go to Tajh or one of them fellas who bring me in the back and
why your suit wasn't matching everybody else's suit?
Oh, that? Well, remember saying man a star, you know. No, but on a real though, there was a complication with my my suit, and I was actually having a panic attack. I was hyperventilating. I don't know why I felt so uncomfortable. I never felt uncomfortable going on a stage, but I felt very uncomfortable to disappoint you guys. Mm-hmm. I really tried to get out of it, but you insisted that I make an appearance. And the good thing is a lot of people just assumed I was the best man. So hence the difference in my suit. Yeah, a lot of people just assumed I was the best man, and that was like the perfect compromise. But I just had to get somebody to bring up a suit for me the day before because the suit really did not line up. And that's what happens when they try to change your seamstress. Well, she actually likes to consider herself a tailor last minute. So fortunately, the universe allowed for it to just look like Nesta was the best man, even though I didn't have the matching shoes. And so it worked out in the end.
So Nesta, you know, I saw that only when I was walking down the aisle.
Yeah, I didn't tell Sinead. I couldn't tell her. You mad or what? No, boy.
I was like...
Why you didn't tell Sinead that?
For what?
I had a, like...
I trying to get married still, you know.
I literally had like a short like clip. If you watch it, I'm like... I was like, Sinead, smile.
And that's why if I was there...
No.
Ken had the information a long time.
I was just like...
Ken had that information. I apologize to you, Miss Sinead. Because I know you don't play with them things. I said, dog, I can sit on the audience. No, it's fine. I'm here. Nobody needs to
I was not giving my bride that panic on the aisle. I was going to tell her. Like, if Sinead was my bride, I was going to tell her.
Thank you, Naomi.
Nah, I think, so, like, my comment on that, and I feel like there's a real good and important lesson, right? You know, Kartel have a song, "The Bow for No Vanity, Where you have." And that's personally why I feel, because I feel like, you know, we spend so much money. You know, we had this expensive villa, it's multiple days. Somebody asked us for an Indian wedding because it's 3 days and this and that and beach day and pool day and all kind of thing going on. But then the real most important thing is not the things, it's the people. So how I go have a wedding and my actual real life friends not there. You understand where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. So to me, like what I learned from that experience, looking back, I feel like we could just talk about it now, but to me, it was more important that the people who really were there were present, because the first time that Sinead came into this very room, Nesta was there. You understand where I'm coming from?
Papa up.
You understand? The man said from the start, continue to be continued.
Yeah, but can I get your wife the heads up?
That's what I'm saying, correct.
You know.
I feel like I will
correct. I feel like in all fairness, at the end of the day, I totally understand that, and I agree with that.
No, but Ken knows his wife.
She would have thought, no, but I don't think Sinead was mean to say, well, no, you're not walking down my aisle, get off. I don't think it would ever be like that.
High potential that Sinead in a fit of emotion would have said that. Yeah.
No, I was described as one of the most chill brides.
Hold on. Let me hear Tajh. Tajh has something to say? Just now. Go ahead, Tajh.
Okay, so even though you did that great speech just now there, you ain't gonna lie, the man look like Barack Obama, dog. You know, like, if you only hear I ain't gonna lie, dog. Like, when I saw him in the suit, I was like, this is interesting. And I tape it. Now that's...
Yeah, it did stand out. At the end of the day, I did not want to be up in the front, because I knew.
I saw the best man. I know who the best man
honestly,
was.
Right?
But I was like...
Honestly, right? Yeah, the best man didn't best man, unfortunately, due to the fact that I just stand out like a And that was not the intention. I was very happy to go and sit in the audience. But dog, let me tell you something. These things have been happening to me my entire life. Like some kind of mad scene where I could just end up sticking out like a sore thumb has been happening. So I was like, no, this cannot be happening again in Ken's wedding. I am not trying to be the center of attention because I just out there looking like Barney. I really try not to do that.
So Barney is crazy, yo.
No, bro. I tell you, I was like, oh my God. But then you see every opportunity I get to sit down and sit down.
What about the next one? You look like a service worker for graduation.
That's not true. I look good.
Yeah.
No, he didn't look bad. He didn't
I
look
look
bad.
good.
I don't think you look bad. I ain't gonna see. I said he look like the best
I look
man.
out of place, but I look good.
Right, so
Yeah.
I want to comment. So
You can't style me, brother.
So just on Tajh.
You cannot style me, brother.
Naomi, I hear you. And Sinead, I hear you and I believe you. I am sure, Sinead, you know, if I told you it was going to be okay, but, you know, fellas, my advice always is, sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness, you know?
No.
No. Sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness and permission.
No, he
and that's
ain't
just a,
not on a
that's-
wedding day.
All right,
I don't agree with that.
That's just a thing in life. Sometimes
No,
it's
but that's
easier
on
to
a
ask for
wedding day.
forgiveness and
All right,
permission.
and I mean, I feel like fear, Naomi. Tell us your point.
Why I say that's on a wedding day, I feel like for a female dreams about her wedding day, right? In terms of from the time a girl is knowing about marriage, watching fairy tales, that's what is pushed to us, unless you're not going the societal route. But basically, weddings is what is pushed us our entire life. And I feel for a female, yes, now we're in a time where men are very interested in weddings too, but a female wedding is her entire life. So she is the one that is heavily involved in the planning and the processes and what is happening and how I want people to feel and how I want to feel on my wedding day. So I feel like for me, a bride on a wedding day is the most important thing and how they feel. So I feel like that is a shock that a bride should not have. Now it worked out well, and as I said, I don't think Sinead is a mean person where she would have say, don't put him on. But I do feel it's something that she should have known before.
I do believe it's something that she absolutely should have
Yeah.
known. However, the decision of the groomsmen, I understood. I did not want to be there in the condition of that situation, right? However, I had to sacrifice and be there because at the end of the day, it meant a lot to the groom.
Correct, and I agree.
And
So
the most...
you wanted to go sit in the crowd.
What you mean? I'm not trying to be out there, bro. What you mean? I stick out like a sore thumb, bro.
Yeah, he actually did look like the best man.
What the pictures? What the pictures?
Nah.
I need to
Like, bro,
see.
I am not trying.
I need to see.
I'm not trying to be.
So, Mr. Brushwan,
Best
imagine
dressed.
being tall and brown. Like,
Huh?
I wasn't wrong. You're facts wrong, bro.
It was like a kind of burgundy-ish.
Thank you, hence Barney.
Yeah, that's why he said Barney.
Hence Barney.
It was a kind of burgundy.
Sinead, pull that quick boy.
Nah. No, let me see that.
You want to say something? No, you see the man?
You could have made the man go sit down in the crowd, man. Jesus Christ.
Is what I say. What
That is so off. That is so far off.
No, he matched. It worked. I think it worked because, as he said, he looks like the best man.
Way much.
Nah, you're not supposed to match Ken.
No, but at the point.
You're not supposed to get nowhere near Ken.
That's why I say.
Ken's suit supposed to be the...
And that's why I want to
When
go
I
with
look
the
at this
crowd.
picture, you know who I see? I did not even know Ken was in this picture. That is crazy.
No, that's why I wanted to go in the crowd, bro.
Yeah,
And then after
all right, sorry, Nesta. Sorry.
fight me, boy, that boy. The man fight me.
Let's
Boy,
say I'm
I
sorry.
talking dog. I was hyperventilating, you know.
Sorry, what's up?
I not realize the hue.
Yeah.
It was so dark, like I could not tell the difference between him and Kendall.
That's what I'm saying.
That way. My bad.
No,
I don't
but I
understand.
understand the sentimental value of it. I think that's very important that you were there and you stand
And
up with
I
him.
am looking like the...
Yeah, I find it was important.
This is inspiring me.
No, you didn't look like that.
Personally,
You didn't
me
look,
a send you in the
you
crowd.
didn't look like that.
And that would be...
You can't come later, come sing a song.
No,
You can't come sing a song later.
No, I find it was... But Ken insists, bro. Ken insists,
But
bro.
It's your friend, that's why.
And then was...
yeah, I understand.
And then was the suit from the States. Don't come in my size. The next suit, the evening. Boy,
Too small?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, but the next one worked out. The next one worked out
yeah,
fine.
the next workout fine, but it wasn't flawless.
Yeah. So just to understand, the wedding was 2 parts brush. So we had a morning ceremony and then an evening. So like that was just the suit for the morning. So in the evening time, everywhere that's where
In Sambury
all
making
black.
money, boy. two wedding.
We don't pre-pocket.
Nah, that is
Okay.
yeah.
Ken.
Wait, remember I have a wedding planning in and my fiance go watch this. So, babe, I am not making Ken money. I am sorry, it's one service. You know what I feel this is? Let me sit up real quick. You know what I feel this is, people? I feel like all of this just comes back to what we were saying earlier about spending the money to capture those moments. Because what if those moments were not captured? I could not see the picture.
Correct.
Right? And we could not be having this laugh. And, you know, we can look back and we can laugh and we can smile. And it's a moment in time. And it's a story that can be told forever with pictures to match. And you can see it clear as day. So it just comes back to what we're saying. When you're getting married, just call Ken and come with the budget. All right? Nice.
Love that. All right, so quickly. So let me take a little break. You know, we talking about serious things like marriage. And I must big up my barber, Q Styler. He came to Tobago and he was able to trim me. Yeah, the man
Trim the dad.
trim my father-in-law,
The man commit to the cause where
trim my brother-in-law.
he sleep on the couch. He even get time to go back to the place.
Yeah. How you mean?
When I hear that price though, I was
How much you trim was?
$300, dog. I was like,
Nah, no man.
that what?
That no man for wedding day.
Is that wedding?
I know, man.
It's a uncle.
What you think the man doing? You think the man come to do charity?
My price.
300 is the flight to Tobago, you know. Yeah, to make back that money.
No, for real.
Yeah.
And the man comes to assist.
Yes, I know I'm going to say like 600. 2 heads. After that, we know how to make profit. After that, we know how to make profit. No, they done that.
So on that note, you know, your boy was scrolling IG. And I see one of my favorite dancehall artists get a trim.
Who favorite dancehall artist?
One of my favorite dancehall artists get a trim.
trim properly.
But I have, hold on. Let me get the picture.
Who get a trim the bounty?
It's my artist, Vybz Kartel. He got a trim.
What do you mean?
And I'm going to show it to you.
Remember,
Hold on. And I'm going to make sure I play in the audio there. Yeah.
So when he did the drop for the barber, I didn't see the trim.
Oh, you didn't see the trim? You had to watch the
No, I
angle.
didn't watch the trim properly.
It's right in the
But I
same
saw
drop.
the drop.
It's in the drop. But you're going to see it today. Hold on.
we only brush out this one because brush can't comment on these kind of scenes. Cause I the world boss. Brush, yeah, you see brush and them shell long the party we were supposed to go by. Oh God.
What?
No boy, the one we call it when you get freedom street.
Oh, freedom
yeah,
Street.
Wow, we tune in to the stream and over here this brush cannot comment on this. In fact, silence. There you go.
Nah,
No,
we
no,
can't
I
talk.
don't
We can't talk.
Hold on.
We just want-
No, but Dog the
we just
Cartel
want to see
comment
the
on
truth.
it.
No. But Vybz Kartel has always had very unique styling choices. You see me? Send it around and me see.
That's what I remember seeing the drop, but I didn't see.
This is not new though.
No.
This is not new.
He doing that trim.
If you think this is new, you don't know Vybz Kartel.
No,
You
remember,
don't know-
we from
you don't know
Trinidad.
29,
Hold on.
2009, 2010, 2011, 2012.
One thing we know for sure, Brush, is Gaza. We probably know more than you, my brother. Trust what I'm telling you. And
You think that trim is new?
Hold on. The half moon trim, as Cartel coined it. That trim
Right.
that is unique to him
Right.
is something that we have been seeing. However,
That is what we know about.
So that's not the half moon trim?
that there's the half moon with a paintbrush.
Right. So,
That there
That's
is not what we know.
okay, so let me
Yeah, because that's a style now.
All right.
Nesta, don't make me, yo.
Wait.
Second, don't make me talk about what the barber them a spray on the thing them, you know. You understand what I say? Don't make me talk about spray on for earline.
Nothing wrong with spraying the hairline. I step out with a sprayed hairline. But that day,
So that was spray hairline?
no,
No, there's a different level, boy. There's a different level. Tajh, tell me. Hold on, Nesta. Play my low. Tajh.
So, so the road had no corners.
Nah.
Oh, no. Daddy half moon and no corners.
No corners on the half moon.
No corners.
on the half moon.
No corners. But
Alright.
that is a horrendous job.
So
Because you don't just paint.
Hold on, Nesta.
You had a blend.
Nesta, hear what I'm saying, right? Let us hear what Kartel's own son had to say. Little Addy
What him say?
went sharpie on him. Daddy man pick me, dog. Daddy man son, bro.
Nah, boy.
Let me be serious. Let me be serious.
Since about 2016, same barbershop. No matter where me go in the world, for how long me there, me not go no other barber. If me on the road for 6 months, me not go no barber for 6 months until me reach back at Jamaica. Caveman style. And then me go my barber. Same thing with who do me here. When a time for get a retwist, if me dep on the road for 6 months, me here now retwist for 6 months until me reach back at Jamaica. You understand? Right. So my barber shop is called Campus Cuts. If you had went to my barber,
Yeah.
you'd have good. I'm not asking, I'm telling. You understand?
So you see, right? This is the difference, right? In Trinidad and Tobago, you got call, ask me the top 5 barbers, and I could tell you, even though I don't go to them, who the top 5 barbers.
I think it's just because you pay attention to that. But I have a question
Nah,
here.
I don't trust that. I don't trust
I can tell you who the
popular
top 5 barbers. Nah, the men, full respect, ultimate barber shop. You could give respect to Willan, you could give respect to the fella who does do all the ladies. What is his name?
Nesta, I just letting you know when I call these names, you are the only person in the room who knows. I do not know who Willan is.
Yeah.
Serious?
You just-
You don't know who
Tajh, you know
Willan
who
is?
Willan is?
No.
Then
You know who
Nobody
Willan
knows.
is?
Oh, yeah, cutting up to the standard.
Hold on.
I don't judge you. This is about 4 days ago.
Sinead has a question.
So Naomi, would you date a guy who paintbrushes his hair?
It depends on how bad it is.
If you had this swappy out there.
Yeah, it depends on how bad it is. Because like
Bring my name in that song.
Nobody said it was a bad thing. I would like to tell you
The views
Of Ken PCP Sambury.
is not the views of right. It's not the views of me.
not that bad.
Right.
Like when he was talking about the fact that he does not trim or anything, and so he has hair. So that's
Yeah.
understandable. There's no problem. Like that's fine. But I feel like I cannot deal with somebody who don't go to the barber at all. That'll stress me out. And then I cannot deal with that the overspray. Like if you're spraying your whole head and I could see it running down the back here when it's sweating. I don't mind it well clean. Like how it does make it look
Right.
sharp.
Yeah.
Right,
For
right.
special occasions, but you can't be doing that every day, whole day. You're wearing makeup or like every day, whole day. No, can't be doing that.
What happened? Your point and what happened?
Yeah. Drink a little water.
All right. So I'm going to read the 5 top comments on the Kartel post.
Gaza forever.
Prezi_J said, not even Pablo Picasso can paint like him. Kivo TV.
Kivo?
You could teach anything, but not this. Chef Arthur Patrick. Wonder if that barber could flash my car.
Wait! Nah!
That D girl say the barber need to ras lick. One Gucci say,
Yeah.
barber never see cause him know what him do.
No, it's he face, eh? He try to act normal, but when they really watch it down, they dancing boy this. I go and get. Cause you know Kartel had the reach.
All right, so let's go back in the 90s there, right? You know the Black Ranger? You know how your haircut was back in the day?
The Black Ranger. Like
Yeah, the Black
Ranger.
from the Morphin Rangers.
I actually do not recall. I had to Google that, yes?
Black Ranger.
Black Ranger. I know Black Ranger had a haircut.
Yeah, right, exactly. It was
from the 90s. Oh my god.
Yes, boy. That's really not boy. Wait now.
Yeah.
That's not the original.
No.
Half Moon.
Really know it, boy.
The guys, that's not the original Half Moon.
No.
Yo!
Black Ranger for real, bro.
Yo!
Alright, hold on.
I swear when the general.
the moment I saw that, I instantly remember when he said Go-Go Wine. You know what I mean? You understand? When he sang Go-Go Wine, that was the same haircut he had. That same haircut right there.
Show me the go wine, girl.
The way you right, I have about 3 more comments. But this Jamaican accent again, thick boy, so I'm gonna need your help, boy, brush boy.
What am I saying right?
Okay.
This your barber figure do 13 years of prison. One rainy day and it's over, General. From R.I.P. pillowcase.
Ah, boy.
That's
Good times. All right, cool.
No, that's all right.
I would say though,
Tell me.
I would say, love is temporary, guys. That's forever. Always
No,
remember that.
agreed.
Always remember that. The next thing too, that pillowcase comment is very real as a painter myself. Yeah,
you need a bonnet.
I do use a bonnet from time to time.
Well, that's what you need
That's
all
it.
the time.
That's
All
when
the
it-
time.
That's when
No,
it's fresh.
I understand. Remember, I color my hair, you know. I color the ends of my locks.
Yeah,
So when I get when this freshly color, like when if me color it today, yeah, that can't touch no
You need
color.
a bonnet. Come
Yeah.
on, color
Lisa,
hair, girl.
yeah.
In the past 3 years.
yeah.
You
No,
need a
that's
bonnet.
actually very real because the first time I didn't know that boy. So I go on the pillowcase. And you know what? Hello, go ahead. You know you want to talk.
What's your name? What's your name? I want to hear from Sinead. Sorry.
What is it?
I want to hear her point of view.
Sinead, what's your point of view? Tajh wants to hear.
Well, I was just a little bit disappointed to see the pillowcase.
Man, whole hairline on the pillowcase.
And I was like, well, what your barber doing?
No boy. I didn't know, boy. I didn't know.
You're supposed to go and wash your face before, but
I didn't know, boy.
Well, they're using the good
So
one.
after durag and thing.
Correct. I told him, tell his barber to use pepper things.
Messing up the pillowcase.
Good
is
time.
Stop using shoe polish. That
Yeah,
is
so
not
guys,
even.
you need a bonnet. You know, if you're doing the
A
dye,
little durag.
get a little durag, get a little bonnet.
Actually, from the
Get it
durag,
together.
yeah, the sink in my forehead, yeah, the sink in my forehead, it's a tight, too tight. And I used to sleep with the, yeah. I just,
So, the
so I
bonnet
get that
is
sink in
easier.
my forehead.
Hold on, look, Tajh has something to say.
Nah, I didn't get no headache.
All right, durag tip. When you're tying durags, first you flatten the string, and then you tie it to the side, so it won't press onto anything.
Well, I learned that the after I get a sink in my head. Right? Wait, that's called the thing that the East Indian people put there. The
bindi?
The bindi.
Yeah, I have a permanent bindi in the middle of my forehead.
That's a durag injury. That's crazy.
yeah, that's a durag injury. You can see it there. Yeah. Was never like that before.
So, a bonnet. That's what you need.
Wow.
No, I
And
just
the
the bonnets
bonnet,
now. Pennywise
Yeah.
bonnets.
Nice. Good change.
All right, no problem. So, next segment is about a little bit about team building. So, we're going back into building business. And all of us here, you know, we operate as creators, but at the same time, we working together and we building business. So, today is actually a real special day, and I just want to kind of highlight some people around. So, I want to highlight Naomi. Naomi and I are coming together, and we're going to do a couple of events coming up soon. Nesta and I, we have been doing events and we hope to do more soon. However, all throughout that journey, we have kind of like struggled with picking the best team members and really putting people together.
Ooh, the stress of team building.
Yeah, boy. And then, you see Tajh there covering him out?
Oh, what?
Yeah, boy.
What's
So, sometimes, every time I bring in the new person in the office, I have to get them the Tajh test because... No, hear what going on. You see Tajh face? It never lie yet.
No, I don't. I need to just say what you want.
It never lie yet. So,
I just have to be HR.
So, Nesta, what's your number one thing you learned from putting together a team for your career, for your life, boy?
You want the truth or you want the politically correct answer?
Nah, I want the truth, boy. I want the truth.
I have learned that delegation is by far the most important thing, and they'll see it all the time in books. You have to bring persons in that retire you. So if I know Ken is better at marketing, tell Ken how I feel, and then leave Ken to do Ken stuff, right? Same thing in terms of like, what else? Like production. Yeah, I can do production. I can bring it to a level, but then after, leave the producers, let them produce. And yes, I may be call it a good songwriter, whatever, right? But then there are other songwriters that see the world totally different to me. Let them write and interpret. So it's just to trust the persons around you, trust their strengths, and to just be a good conductor of the orchestra.
All right, I feel it.
As best as you can. And that's it.
All right. Fair. Tajh.
What's that?
Yeah, boy. So give me one thing you learn, boy, about being in a team.
Other than delegation is key. You just express that. So
So you delegate.
That just be stressed out on every shoot.
all right, so I'll be honest.
Right? Be honest.
All.
So based on the task test, as they call it,
Right.
I try to delegate, and everybody just be effing up.
Everybody.
That is not true. That is not true.
I'm talking about the team I work with.
Tajh don't teach. That is not true. Tajh does not teach. I just have to be HR for Tajh because Tajh is so accustomed, and I guess because I see it very much in myself and it's something that I am learning, Tajh is very much, let me just do it.
I can teach. This is going to be a very debatable topic.
No, this is actually a real good point to know.
I can teach.
You can't teach, right?
What?
Yeah, do you
Want
teach?
to.
Do
I-
you teach?
Yes, I do teach,
Okay.
but I don't like disrespect.
Oh,
My
shit.
opinion.
So there's disrespect you when you're teaching, huh?
They just ignore.
Be
That
how
is
you
not true.
teach.
You see,
Say your truth.
all right. So, like for example, our team member T. He's a new member.
Right.
He listens to everything I said, not by Bible, but he asks questions when you need to.
Right.
And that's been like the most teachable person since I've been here.
But you say everybody does you have enough, he's about.
At this stage, generally.
Oh, generally, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it have instances we had teams before that are no longer here with us. You know.
They are alive
Dead?
still. They are alive still, everybody. They are alive still. Go ahead, Tajh.
And during shooting, it used to be stressful trying to like help them and try to figure out my. Sorry, I keep on cursing. Why am I doing? It used to be very difficult on every shoot because I mean the team was already gelling at that point. We reached that point where we know where everything equipment is. We've been here before.
You sure everybody know where the equipment? You know, all right, go ahead. You sure about that?
I am doing a.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming that everybody knew where all the equipment was.
Might be part of the problem, but go ahead.
And this is where it falls apart when we go on shoots because we feel like we all brand new at this moment in every shoot. Like we've been to an event shoot before. Like why this feels difficult to you or stressful?
Again, teaching.
Teaching.
Right, all right, let me pull it back.
Thank you.
So the thing is, I feel like this is a real important thing that we had to talk about more, especially in entertainment, but just generally as creators. I feel like, you know, we always caught up in our own craft. That is always kind of tough to find people to work with and sort out the little, you know, we have a problem here and we have a problem there. And I think what Naomi was saying about Tajh, that's something that I had to learn the hard way. And even in my marriage, I still be learning. Shouldn't be like, you know, can you expect me to do this and you never show me? Where you feel it is? I never born knowing events. You get where I'm coming from?
Right.
So I feel like that's something that, you know, I had to learn and I'm still learning. And even like Naomi and I, you know, we having a little game nights. We say, like, pull together the team. Naomi's like, what going on? Like, I didn't see this up now.
Yeah, stress them out.
Yeah, I had to say, Naomi, girl, yeah, well, yes, at the end of the day, we want certain things to happen, but at the same time, we had to give you directive if we in charge.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's something I had to learn. I had to learn, like, yo, you need to give people clear and concise instructions, get them early, because not everybody just gonna do what you
Know
think.
what to do, yeah.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah,
that's something
I
that's
think
real.
learning that. Like, I think I'm learning that now in terms of understanding that, yes, everybody brain works like your brain. So, like, what, like, in Ken talking about games night, there's certain things like it's mind blowing to me. Like, why would you not know how to do that? Like, why would you not put this in place? Why would you not show up at a certain time? Why would you not find somebody to come help you? And for me, I think because I am so into planning, it's kind of like it's things that I just automatically know I have to do. But in Ken saying like, hey, these people, we have to give them information, we have to guide them along. And I am now expanded into a place of becoming like a boss girl, because I am the one who will just be like, I tell you more than once and you didn't do it, I'll do it for myself.
So
thank you.
So what I would tell you that it is to always make yourself obsolete. There's a book by the name of The E-Myth that you should read. You should never feel comfortable doing the task of your employees.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you not feel comfortable doing the same thing over and over.
That
Like,
is-
always
that is-
skilling
that-
yourself.
Yes.
Like, as when I'm a manager, like, I'm not doing the same thing over and over. Like, we do it, I'll do it once, and then the next person come and learn it while I'm doing it, and then you do it the next time.
Right.
And I'm going on to something else. And
That's how you build. That's how you build a business.
team.
At the end of
Yeah.
the day, a business is a machine that's supposed to be able to run for itself. You being the business, you being in the business does not make it a business. You need to
But
be out.
you need to be a leader.
You need to be a leader, of course.
yeah.
So show the way, and then once you show the way, you expect your team needs to fall into place.
Expect performance. Anytime somebody cannot take on the role, you need to switch out that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a couple points
Yes,
to make. Yeah?
Taj.
All right, Taj.
Okay, before I lose my train of thought. So that's the point I was trying to make with the whole teaching movement.
Right.
And I know from Naomi's point of view, she thinks I don't teach them at all. Like
But the mark of a skilled teacher is to understand the person that is.
It's just the way that he teaches them. I wouldn't say that he doesn't
So
teach
I would
them.
say the mark of a skilled teacher, and this is where you have to look at yourself and see. So if the instructions are clear, you blame the soldier. If the instructions are unclear, you blame
Correct.
the general. So you have to check to see, okay, am I speaking to the soldier in a way that they can understand?
Yeah.
Because you might be saying, I will understand it if you do this way, but no, you have to recognize the language that person speaks. Speak that language. Speak to them in a way that they understand. And if you just can't figure them out, sometimes it will be, okay, you are not the right person for me to teach.
Yeah.
But that does not mean the person.
I 100% agree with that.
The person is incapable.
Yeah.
Sometimes the failure may fall on you. You are teaching them in the way that you learn.
No, but it's real wisdom, boy. Nesta, but I'd ask him one of these questions.
yeah, you know, you drop them bars so beautiful.
And some kicking when you come in the office.
Yeah, jump up on
So
me,
I
jump
have
up on me.
our next point, right? So my next point is, right, so right now we're talking more, how to put it, boy, you know, Tajh is senior, Tajh junior, or, you know, Sinead is the boss, Tajh subordinate. But sometimes you want to work with somebody and you want them on your team, and it's not necessarily somebody is the boss. And that is the case with Brush and Franco. So how you make that work? How you even meet up with Franco and decide this is going to be the person that you're going to play music with? Because it's a big deal, you know. If it is he do a good job, you go in. And if he ain't do a good job, you under pressure.
Big up your brother Franco.
So Brush, run not through with me. Like how you end up choosing somebody like Franco, and then how you make that teamwork and that partnership work?
I mean, I didn't choose Franco. Franco showed me. I was working for Heineken at the time, and Franco showed me, and he must say, yo, have you ever thought about putting your energy where you have in dancehall to soca? Right? So that spiral into months of just learning the music and learning what soca is, where it is from, what the different islands produce, you know, names of artists, what these songs are saying, because a lot of Jamaicans feel like every soca song is the same because they don't take the time out to listen to the content of the music, the words that the artists are actually saying. And sometimes, yeah, as a Jamaican, I might not understand a line, but me have friends. I made friends and I asked questions, you know what I mean? I had friends from Vincy, from Trinidad, and I started there. I started asking them questions, and any questions that they couldn't answer, they would send me to someone that is from that island, you know, and I just build from there. So Franco is actually the one who showed me, and we started to build that partnership. But over the years, there have been many moments where we had to sit down and like, all right, we need to discuss this thing, right? How are we going to approach this thing? Because I want to do it this way, you want to do it this way. Where do we find the middle ground? Or is it something that we just need to erase totally if we can't find an amicable solution? You know, so it's stuff like that, because at the end of the day, I am my own person. He's his own person. We have a team of people around me where they all think different than us. They see the world different than us. They might have different opinions on the next move to be made. So it's all of that. You're managing multiple personalities, you know, you're managing egos at the same time, because don't make nobody trick you. We all have an ego. You understand? Every single one of us. So you're managing that as well, you know. And years later, when we decided that we're going to team up with I Love Soca Jamaica to create the biggest drinks inclusive soca road rave in Jamaica, which is Illuminate. It happens on Carnival. Jamaica Carnival Wednesday. Even that was a learning process as well, because now you have close to 100 staff members who are, you know, running around trying to execute this event. So now you need to learn, all right, what is this team responsible for? What is that team responsible for? The way how I talk to the security that's supposed to secure the venue while everyone is inside working is not necessarily how I go talk to, you know, the ladies who are there setting up the bar. Yeah. You know what I mean? I might approach them a little softer than how I approach the security. I might can rough them up a little bit more, because you understand what I say? Mm-hmm. So you have to now learn how to approach each member of each team. And then, are you actually approaching each member of each team, or are you approaching the team lead? Approach the team lead, and then the team lead's responsibility is to now talk to their team members. So it's a lot of moving parts, you know, when you hold that position, whether you're the boss or you're the partner, you have to manage that. You know what I mean? These individuals, you have to keep in mind their ego, their experiences, you know, their likes and dislikes. You know, it becomes tedious at a point, but for you to have a successful working relationship with anybody, you just have to be mindful of these things.
Yeah. I have 2 questions here, but very, very, very good.
Sorry for the out of time, man.
That's not
That was actually a good placement. That was the first one. That was
Now you're
actually
getting better,
very
you're getting
good
better.
placement. You're getting very
You're quick learner, you know.
much better.
Yeah, Fatima, yeah. Father, give me crowd.
I don't laugh at that.
Fatima?
Yeah.
My nephew goes to school there.
Big up your nephew, for respect.
Nice. So the 2 questions. Our first question is, how you and Franco deal with disagreements in view of the fact that it's not necessarily one of you all are the boss?
Disagreements, we figure them out amongst ourselves, or we get a third party to come in and we have a conversation there. Sometimes that extra perspective, someone from the outside looking in, really helps. So that's why I say, if we can find an amicable solution,
go for that.
we go for that. If we cannot, even with a third party, then we just take this off the table.
Yeah, and do
totally.
Yeah.
Right? If we can't agree on where the cup is supposed to go, we might just take the cup off the table.
Yeah, and
I agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
And get our bowl instead. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I feel that.
Yeah.
So, I guess a question on that question is, so when you get a third party, would it be somebody who's like an expert in whatever you're talking about, or just somebody who could kind of listen well?
Someone who knows us.
Okay.
Right? Because the issue is never the specific thing. It's the issue. The issue is never the cup. Right? The issue is we as individuals, how we feel about the cup.
If the cup half
Right?
with half
So
empty.
it's someone who knows us, and they're going to say like, all right, I understand why you feel this way about the cup. I understand why you feel that way about the cup.
Right.
And they can show us things that we might not be seeing.
New perspective, I feel.
Right. Maybe little ego will come out, and they can say, hey, this is coming from this place, so you need to check that before you come back to the conversation. Right? So we don't need an expert on cups. But this is someone who know us for years. They know me long time. They know Franco long time, and they've been watching us or guiding us, or just someone who can speak objectively, someone who we trust not to tell us anything that would throw us off our course. Right.
Nah, I feel you. So my last question for you on this topic is, give me one piece of advice for young people working in entertainment, because another thing that you have been able to do successfully is that, I mean, right now we have a little pod in Trinidad, right? But you never born here. It's not like we grew up together. I mean, if you understand. So tell me, like, how you traverse, like, what piece of advice you'll have for somebody in terms of, like, building people who, I consider myself on your team. I just let you know, side point, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So how you end up, like, building this team, like, organically, like, taking your bunks up, Ken, but you know him from nowhere, and then boom, we cool, and then next thing you know, I in a team, you know? So how does it work? Like, what advice you'll have for somebody who want to do that?
Roots are very important. Take the time to nurture them. Take the time to water your seeds. You know, make sure them get in the sunlight. It might seem very vague and it might seem very like, oh, what do you see what I say? Right? But it is very important before, and this is my stupid advice, take it or don't, right? Before you jump into any sort of working relationship, any contract signer or whatever, if you want this person on your team, if you're hiring them for a job, that's different.
Yeah.
Someone who is going to be on your team, this is now a family member. This is somebody who you might have to call them to go to your house where your family is. You might have to give them your car for drive. You know what I mean? You might need their passport information. You need to be able to trust this person with almost every piece of thing. Right, because this is a member of your team. And even though you might be the videographer on my team, I might need you to book a flight. I might be in a position where I can't book a flight, or the person whose job it is can't book a flight. Where for sure Ken and say, yo, Ken, you have access to the business account. I need you to book this flight like right now. Right? So trust is a very big aspect. So I take the time to learn the people. Just have conversations. You know what I mean? And I started it with the roots because for me it's very important. I am who I am because of my roots. Oh, I grew up, you know, the things that I saw, and, you know, things that I dabbled in and so on and so on. So I like to have these conversations. How did you get into photography? Like, what about it do you like? What about it do you not like? What annoys you about it? You know what I mean? Is it something that you've invested in? Because me spend my last on my career already and I have food for eat. You know what I mean? So when a man can tell me, say, yeah, I buy this lens in $3,000 and the rent you due, you know, stuff like me not say you have to do that, but that's just one of the things I could tell me, like, okay, this person, like, you're dedicated to this.
Yeah, how hard.
You know what I mean? And also, is this person trying to be a part of a team? Some people are really not trying to be a part of it.
No, agreed.
You and them can be cool.
Yeah.
And it can be like, okay, we can do some projects together, but I'm not trying to be a part of your team. Maybe I'm trying to build my own team. Or I'm trying to just do this on my own. So these are very important questions to ask. These are things that you need to know.
Jamaica Carnival being the shiznit. If you are a foreigner and you have never experienced Carnival in your life, I would say the better starting point is Jamaica. Let me tell you why.
Jamaica Carnival is a mixture of every island, every country. The Fed for beginners. I think
you really get to experience that, you know, taking care of people and so on and so forth now. So just explain Illuminate for people who never hear about it before, because anybody that watching this and going to Jamaica, you had to make a stop in Illuminate.
Illuminate is Jamaica's largest drinks inclusive soca road rave. What does that mean? It means from you enter the event until you leave, the bar is open and it's premium.